Okay, here we are, Matthew Russell Lee, Inner City Press, here at the Southern District of New York, amid the sirens. We're heading in. Yesterday, while Eric Adams was down in D.C. getting grilled, we'll get to that in a minute, there was a hearing on the New York City's attempt to claw back some $80 million that the Trump administration took out of the account, saying that it shouldn't be used for the Roosevelt Hotel and housing migrants. The city put up a good argument. I mean, they put up a very energetic argument, let's say, saying that they complied with all the rules, but essentially there was a change in policy. Now, the judge, Judge Reardon, after some questions, basically found no irreparable harm. That if they win the case, they'll get the money back, although it's possible that actually Congress could make a change, but she wasn't going to sort of preempt that, and so denied. Apparently, Brad Lander has said this doesn't hurt the case. He's trying to say that he's really behind the case. It's not Eric Adams. Eric Adams was grilled. There was a congressman from California, Garcia, who said he should resign. There was also Nancy Mace questioning all three about their love of country. In any event, we live tweeted it. You can see that. You can see that. We also are covering, of course, the Charlie Javice trial. And we'll be continuing that with that at 10. Today we're kind of juggling because there's an IMF hearing briefing that we have some questions for. It's under embargo. I think we can write about it at 11. And there's also a Blake Lively proceeding about a protective order in the case. Of course, both sides are trying to fight the PR war, so it's getting pretty interesting. And usually protective orders are pretty routine. This one, it's fully disputed, and so Judge Lyman is having a hearing on it, and we're going to cover that as well. So it is what it is. It is what it is. Of course, we cover a lot of crimes, not just high-profile ones like El Pollo, Venezuelan. Is he with Maduro? Is he against Maduro? He's in the MDC, and his trial will now be, I think, June 30th. The trials are coming up. They're coming fast and furious, and we're going to have to start juggling them. One of them involves the plot to kill Iranian dissident Masih Alinejad, and the flight over from the Czech Republic, and a motion to suppress because the Miranda warnings were given in Russian, and now it turns out that the Uzbek suspect didn't really speak Russian, or so he says. He was a member of something called the Gulivor. And the question is whether the case is going to allow references to Russian organized crime. The real juice of the case is that Iran, to go after a dissident of its in the United States, hired the Russian organized crime, which in turn subcontracted with the Uzbek Gulivor. Guli is dead, but Guli lives on. The name is called Gulivor. And that's what the case is about, and we'll be covering it. Now, we cover the United Nations, where such international organized crime goes on a daily basis with your tax dollars, but they don't allow us in to cover it. See, despite writing scoops, once you ask about Antonio Guterres' personal finances, they have you roughed up and thrown out so they can have colloquies with China state media every day at noon. And we're going to cover that one as well, because it's 2025 and it's a litmus test of free speech at the United Nations. To be continued.